Hello everyone and welcome to another Sunday afternoon chat. Who would ever imagine that we would have a Sunday afternoon chat on the last Sunday of the year, the last Sunday of 2021, and be in a t-shirt, be in a short sleeve t-shirt. It's exactly what I wore to church today, right here. A short sleeve t-shirt, no jacket, no sweater, no pullover, no nothing, a short sleeve shirt. We've had some days 75, 80 degrees in southern Oklahoma. I'm up at Sherry's, at Jack and Sherry's house today and be going home soon. But we've had incredible weather all over the state of Oklahoma. We've had a lot of wind. We got a lot of wind today. I'm trying to get out of the wind down here where I am right now. I kind of got down in the bottom just a little bit, trying to get out of the wind a little bit. But Merry Christmas. I hope everyone had a Merry Christmas. We have Christmas of 2021 behind it. I hope everything got what they wanted. You know, I saw on the news all of this stuff about worrying about empty shelves and all that. I went Christmas shopping myself quite a bit, mostly at Bass Pro Shop and Harbor Freight and Lowe's and Home Depot and Tractor Supply. That's where I went Christmas shopping. Pretty much totally that's where I went Christmas shopping, as a matter of fact. More Bass Pro Shop than probably all the others put together, to be honest with you. But everybody was worried about empty shelves, and I did see some empty shelves, but you know, Christmas is not about having a bunch of stuff to buy, a bunch of presents. That's the nice, great part of Christmas. We all love to receive gifts. We all love to give gifts. And that's a big part of it. It's a big part of it in our household too. But Christmas is about the birth of the Savior of the world, and I hope everybody celebrated that in grand style. I hope everyone said grace and thank God for the food that they ate on these incredible Christmas banquets, I would call them, that we had. We might have even had more food than we had in Thanksgiving, I don't know. But I hope everyone took this reason for the season to their heart. Jesus Christ, the birth of Jesus Christ, born of a virgin to save the world, and died on the cross, shedding his precious holy blood to pay for your sins and mine. That's what Christmas is all about. And as we get ready now, this coming week right here, we're going to be, a lot of us, looking forward to 2022, looking back on the things that's happened on 2021. I'll talk about 2022 a little bit more next Sunday, because it'll be January 2nd next Sunday. That's exactly right. We will be into 22, and I, for one, am ready for 2021. It wasn't the greatest year in the world for us because of what happened to Chris back on April 5, the day after Easter. But you know, it was a fantastic year other than that. So many good things happened to us. We were blessed in so many ways. And honestly, we were truly blessed April 5 that God saved Chris's life. He saved her life by Jamie and Mandy and Jordan being there fishing. They found her when she had her stroke, laying on the floor unconscious, and called an air ambulance and got her to Oklahoma City Medical Center quickly in Oklahoma City by helicopter, and those precious minutes saved her life. So we're not looking back on 2021 and thinking about the time that we lost our beautiful Chris. It was just a time that we had a little setback, and she has done remarkably well. God is healing Chris. You've seen updates throughout the year. We'll continue to do those as much as we possibly can. I've got Chris walking every day. Some of you saw the video that we put up there on that in the last day or two. Jamie was here today after church. She walked for Jamie, and she's not walking on her own. We're helping her, but she's getting the movements down, and her brain at some point in time is going to let that right foot take that step. But before I start on any of that kind of stuff, I just want to say a great big thank you and shout out to all of y'all. We actually started this this social media deal about 3 years ago. Now, we had social media stuff before then. We had a YouTube channel, and I didn't even know about. We had Facebook that I worked really hard on, because all of our sponsors wanted a heavy involvement in Facebook, and so I worked hard on that for them, not for me, but for them. And we have over 607,000 people now on Facebook, over 607,000 people on Facebook. I want to thank each and every one of you that are there. Thank you so very much. We started YouTube with an encouragement from my buddy Roland Martin Actually, it'll be 3 years ago now, come February, the end of February, it'll be 3 years ago. So we're almost 3 years into YouTube, where we took an old channel that had less than 2,000 people on it. It now has over 111,000 people on it. And it's been stuck at 111,000 for a little while. We're not adding but a couple, 200 or 300 people a month. Somebody told me on YouTube that we have been probably shadow banned. I don't even know what shadow ban means, and I don't know how to get unshadow banned. If you do that, at least we're not banned from YouTube. And I'll just say it like what Toby Keith told me one time: it's your mule, I'm just riding it. It's their mule, I'm just riding it. If they have a desire to shadow ban me for something I've said or done, whatever shadow ban is, they can. If they have want to kick me completely off the air, they've got a right to do that. It's their channel, it's not mine. I simply use it, and we're so grateful for all of y'all. The 111,000 plus that's on there. We're just we're thrilled to have y'all on there, and we love interacting with you. We love visiting with you. We love sharing the fishing and the deer and the personal things that are going on in our family. You are a part of our family. I want to give a special shout out to some really special fans we've got out there. One of my favorites got to be Susan DeHaven from over in Missouri. Susan, if you'll remember back, we talked about it back when it happened, but when Chris was in Oklahoma City and the people were taking care of her there at OU Med Center, a couple of times, not just once, but a couple of times, Susan bought pizzas and had them delivered there to the hospital for the people that were taking care of Chris, for the nurses and the aides and the RAs and everything that were taking care of Chris there. And it was just an amazingly heartfelt gesture that she did to take care of the people that were taking care of Chris. And not only that, Susan's made stuff and sent stuff to Chris. We got in one of the two hospitals we got in, actually both the hospitals we were in Tulsa, Susan did the exact same thing. She sent gifts and stuff up there to Chris. She sent stuff for the people who were taking care of Chris. And since Chris has been out of the hospital for now several months, we're over 8 months into this, and for several months, Susan has continued to make things herself and send things to Chris, and she's just almost like Chris's mama to her. That's how she's treating her. She's treating her like a mama, and it's just absolutely fantastic. I'm sure Chris is older than she is, without a doubt, but she's treating her so good. I want a big shout out to Susan. And my buddy Doug Good from over in Inola, Oklahoma. Doug brought stuff to the hospital for us. He's made cakes for me, and which are just fantastic. He ought to be a baker, is what he ought to be. He makes incredibly great cakes. We're eating cakes right now that he brought to us for Christmas dinner, and we just got just a little bit of it left. We're just about eating all of it up, but fantastic. And he's done the same thing. Angela Shepard up in Broken Arrow has just been a great friend. I can name after name after name. Angela, Anna-Rika up in Minneapolis. Bill Price, so up in Connecticut, New Jersey or Connecticut, I guess it is. On and on and on. I can name after name after name. So many of y'all have sent Valerie. We lost Val Powell. Val Powell sent us so much bread and jellies and pickles and beets and all kinds of stuff. She was just a wonderful. She was almost like a mama to me, and I'm sure I'm older than she was, but we lost Val this year, and she's a big loss to the entire Catch of the Day family and Jimmy Houston Outdoors YouTube family, and I could just name after name after name after name of just people that have become so special to us because you've let us into your life in such a big way, and you just treated us so much like family. And I just want to give you a big shout out and thank you for that so much. And we've got hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of Christmas cards. I wish I could sit down and answer each one of them personally, but taking care of Chris and doing over 600 videos a year for social media, 39 television shows a year, 80 or 90 personal appearances all around the country. I just am run out of hours in the daylight every day. I work routinely 70 or 80 or 90 hours a week, but that's about all I can work, just to be honest. And so I don't have time to answer so much. But we can just personally just say thank you right here from the bottom of our heart for so many of you. And I got a note here a while back. It's just been only 4, 5, 6 days ago from somebody who wanted to give a big shout out to their mom and daddy who had been married 60 67 years, just celebrated their 67th wedding anniversary, and I just want to give you all a big shout out, and I just have to just be as honest as I can and totally apologize that I thought I'd taken a picture of that and had it in my picture file on my phone and could go back there and remember, pull your names out. I just don't remember the two names. For some reason I was thinking it was Randy and Sue or something, but it doesn't matter. The names are kind of unimportant. There's not many of you out there that have been married 67 years, so those are the two of you that have. Big congratulations and shout out. You know, Chris and I are getting ready in just a few days here to celebrate number, I want to think it's 58. I'm not 100% positive, but I believe it's 58 years. 1963, so I don't know, what would that be? That would be 58 years, wouldn't it? So we're way behind you. We're way behind you, but if God's willing, I keep my beautiful wife alive like he has, and we will celebrate that, and we'll dance on that day. We'll dance way before then, as a matter of fact. Some of y'all commented on a video we did this week. I think it might have been the one where Chris was walking, about the beautiful piano music in the background and about the Santa Clauses that you saw in the background on that video. And I decided I shot a little video around the house actually last night or this morning before I went to church. I think I did that last night. Showing you Jack and Sherry's decorations, and it's mostly Jack's decorations, honestly, that he has gathered throughout the years. And he's got Santa Clauses, I don't know how many, I don't know how many snowmen, and he's got lots of lights, lots of wreaths, lots of he just celebrates Christmas from the bottom of his heart. He really does, and he's a no pun intended. He's a cardiologist, but he does. He's got a big heart, and he celebrates it. We had all the kids here, all the grandkids, all the great grandkids. We had a parcel of presents, a pile of presents. I shot a little quick video showing you those presents before we ripped into them. And our little youngest, Tater, well, his name's Carter, Kyle's youngest son, he's got his daughter now, Dakota, after her very first Christmas. She was just born in September 1, so it's, you know, she's back. She's, what would that be? September, October, November, December, 3 or 4 months old. But Tater, Tater was named by his brother Pickle. That's not my name. You know, he picked that name Tater out. And Tater he opened presents. I mean, tell you, he loved opening presents. But we had a tremendous Christmas get together with our family, and it just is absolutely outstanding. I hope every family out there had a great Christmas. I mentioned I did most of my shopping up at Bass Pro. I ran into, I don't know how many people that I visited with. Many women that were shopping with their daughters alone. Many guys shopping with their girlfriends and their wives, and not both, but girlfriends and or wives, I guess. But many guys and so many of the employees at Bass Pro Shop came up and shook my hand and told me Merry Christmas, and their friends that I knew, friends that I met there that are just working for Bass Pro Shop. We've been working for Johnny Morris almost since he started Bass Pro Shop back in Springfield, Missouri, the old #1 grandma store that he calls it. But I have so many friends at Bass Pro Shop stores all around the country. And the one in Broken Arrow, I did not get to the Oklahoma City store, which I normally Christmas shop up there, and got lots and lots of friends up there too. But it warmed my heart. Even when we were checking out, we took pictures with 4 or 5 people that were checking out, and it was just such a special deal. Y'all have treated me and my family so well over the years, and I just love you to death. You know, years, speaking of years, you know, our new television show goes on the air next Saturday, January 1. It will be 45 years on national television. When you look at Bill Nance, I think, has been on 4 years longer than I have. Roland Martin's been on 2 years longer than I have on national television. And so they've been on like 47 and 49 years. Those are 3 of the top 4 or 5 longest running television shows in the history of television, not just not outdoor shows. They are the longest running outdoor shows, no doubt about that, but consecutively running, continually running right now. And I know things like I Love Lucy and some stuff that's been on forever on a lot of the stuff we have nowadays, and Gunsmoke and In the Heat of the Night with Carol O'Connor and The Rifleman and all that kind of stuff. But those shows are not being produced right now. They're not on right now. And so 45 years. We will be back on ESPN. We had a great 21-year run on ESPN. ESPN. Our last year, they tell me, I didn't double check, it was 2011. So it's been 10 years since we're on ESPN and ESPN2. We were there when ESPN only had about 20 million homes, maybe 30 million. I think that's when we went on the ESPN. That's all they had is about 20 million homes. And we were there when they launched ESPN2. They kept us on ESPN, moved us over to ESPN2 also. When it started up, it had 10 million when it started. When they turned the switch and you had ESPN2 on television, it was 10 million homes. Now ESPN2 is everywhere that ESPN is, and it's in I think 80 or 90 million homes. We'll be on ESPN every Saturday morning for the first 26 weeks of the year. Excuse me, 7:30 Eastern Time. 7:30 Eastern Time. There'll be 6:30 here in the Central Time Zone. I don't know if in California it's 7:30 also. I believe that it might be. They do that a lot in California. I think it might be 7:30 California. I don't think it will be at whatever that would be. 4:30 in the morning, I think it is. But anyway, it will be on there. If you might set your recorder if you're out there on the West Coast time at 4:30, just in case. I don't really know. But we'll be on there Saturday morning for the first 26 weeks. By the way, my buddy Scott Martin, Roland Martin's son, will be on at 7 o'clock for the first 13 weeks. I don't really know what show is on the second 13 weeks, but Scott will have his show on. So you can tune in there at 7 o'clock, catch Scott Martin. We'll be on right after Scott Martin at 7:30. We'll be on there the first 26 weeks of the year. We'll also on a Sunday morning, the very next morning, be on the Discovery Channel at 5:30 in the morning Eastern Time. I don't know how they do theirs completely across the nation. That'll be 4:30 here. So a lot of you might not be up at 5:30 on a Sunday morning. You might want to set your recorder for that. We're on about another 12 or 13 networks. In addition to that, we're on the Heartland Network, which is a great network down in the southeastern part of the United States where there's so many hunters and fishermen. We're on Pursuit, which is the greatest outdoor network that there is out there, the largest outdoor network, the Pursuit Channel. We're on AT&T Sports Southwest, which is a great network that's down in Houston and in Louisiana, I think parts of Oklahoma. It's in the state of Texas mostly, but it's also on DirecTV. If you have DirecTV, you can catch AT&T Sports Southwest. It's the same channel that's got the Houston Astros on there and the Houston basketball team and the Rockets and so it's a very well popular channel down there. We're on WFN, the World Fishing Network, which is a network owned by the Outdoor Channel and Sportsman Channel. The Hunt Network, Wired to Fish, but I think both of those are streaming networks. Wired to Fish is absolutely, it's Plex Television. It's just absolutely a great streaming network. You can catch us on there 4 or 5 times a week. We're on the Family Channel. We're on the Hunt Network. We're on Action Network, YouTube Television, NBC Sports Chicago, and I probably am missing one or two, but we're on lots and lots of different networks. We are tickled to be back on ESPN. So that all starts this coming Saturday, the brand new shows. We are already in the process of doing shows for 2023. I got to think a minute before I said it right. 2023, that's right. We'll start real quickly here shooting television shows for 2023. We have contracts with several of our sponsors that carry into the next 2 and 3 years, so we'll be doing this show just as long as we probably physically can, to be honest with you. As long as God keeps us going, we're going to keep going also and doing Jimmy Houston Outdoors Television. We are coming down to the end of the pecan season. We will not be shipping pecans too awful much longer, but we are still shipping pecans right now. Probably maybe for the next week or 2 or 3 weeks. So if you want to get some fresh Jimmy Houston Twin Eagle Ranch pecans, you need to get those ordered right now, because pretty quickly here it'll be cut off and we won't be able to ship any more fresh pecans. All the pecans will have gone out to the processors, and you'll be able to find them maybe in Mrs. Fields' pecan pies. I don't know, but won't be able to get any more fresh. That's the only way we sell our pecans. We sell them fresh to our friends through the internet, and our friends around here on Lake Tenkiller through our Jimmy Houston store. So if you want some fresh pecans, you need to get those ordered here real quickly, because pretty quickly here in the next 2 or 3 weeks we sometimes go as much as 3 weeks into January. It just kind of depends. Once they all go out to the processor, they're gone. Also, we'll have a new newsletter coming out real quickly here. It comes out the first of every month. If you have not got the newsletter, make sure you've gone in there to jimmyhouston.com, jimmyhouston.com, and there's a little flag up there that tells you how to sign up for that newsletter. All we need is your email address. That's all we need. You have your email address, you'll start getting it. And even if you've given us an email address before and maybe you haven't received a newsletter in November or December, give it to us again. We probably have lost it or misplaced it or put it down wrong in the system or something. So if you have not got that newsletter and you want to receive it, it's absolutely free. You want to receive that newsletter, go in there to jimmyhouston.com. While you're in there, jimmyhouston.com, you can look at the pecans. Speaking of pecans, you can look at all the other products we have there. We're going to stock up on a bunch of new American original crankbaits, Lucky Strike baits in there. That'll be really good baits for wintertime fishing. The Mimic Impersonator, and I know a lot of times I call that an intimidator. So if I say intimidator or imitator, not intimidator, that's Schwarzenegger, isn't it? But impersonator or imitator, that's the same lure I'm talking about. There's not two lures. I just get that messed up in my mind. They mean the same thing. You can just change inserts at, and it will impersonate or imitate any other color of lure. So it's really a cool deal down there. Those of you that are on the Catch of the Day channel, again, thank you so much for that. Our Catch of the Day channel, we will begin reading Saturday, January 1, will be out of the new Catch a Better Life daily devotional that we've written. We don't have that book ready to have for the public yet, but I'm reading directly out of the manuscript, and that will start next Saturday also. We'll be reading all the brand new devotionals, fishing tips, and scriptures. We'll have all of that. If you're not subscribed to that YouTube channel, subscribe to that Catch of the Day YouTube channel right now. We are also, I think I mentioned it the other day, we have started early in December, I don't know, it was December 1st, but sometime 2 or 3 weeks ago, we started with a TikTok channel. I know TikTok has got a lot of stuff on there that you have to kind of watch your language. I think that network is definitely not made for kids, but we're putting a lot of kind of neat, fun stuff up there on TikTok that are just stuff that we don't put up on our YouTube channel or on Facebook. Some of the stuff we do, we're putting up a little bit of the same stuff, but we've done some little silly stuff out there, and some of it doesn't make a whole lot of sense. But one little deal, when the game warden was waiting for us when we come off a lake the other day, had like 850,000 views. So a lot of people watching TikTok, and we've actually posted a couple of our Catch of the Days up there. I posted one up there for Friday and Saturday, Christmas Eve and Christmas, just to kind of see some of the people on TikTok might be interested in that Catch of the Day channel, and hopefully a few of them will get over here and get on our YouTube channel as well. I want to end this thing, and I probably will be talking a little bit as we get into January about New Year's resolutions. I haven't heard a whole lot about New Year's resolutions, but I probably will hear a lot about them this week. But let me tell you, there's a lot of good ones you could do, but if you just make one, and that's to keep your eyes on Jesus through 2022. Irrespective of what might happen in your life. In 2021, a lot of us went through a lot of heartbreaking things. I know many of you that lost loved ones. I know many of you that lost loved ones to COVID. I did. I know many of you that personally have had COVID. I had that also last January. I know many of you that lost your job. I know many of you that have had accidents and illnesses and fought cancer and fought heart problems and on and on and on and on and on. And 2021 was a great year for many of you. It was a difficult year for many of you. But can I tell you, the only way that I made it through what we have gone through so far with Chris's stroke, and we're, like I said, 8 months into that, is I kept my eyes glued to Jesus. I kept them glued to Jesus. Every time some little something would happen, every time I would leave Chris up here at Sherry's and go home to that empty house, it's just me and Beamer. And I'd go in there, and a couple, 2 or 3 times I had to leave Beamer up here as a fact, because I wasn't going to be able to stay there a day or two, and I had to go fly out and work. And sometimes it didn't even have Beamer, it was just me, and go into that big empty house, and I would just fall down on my knees and talk to Jesus. And can I tell you, it's the only thing that made me through. It's the only thing that got me through it all. So fix your eyes on Jesus no matter what happens. Share the good, share the bad. Fix your eyes on Jesus in every situation that comes along. If you've got problems. You've got situations where you lose family members, and a lot of people will. You have situations where you go to the doctor and the doctor says that you have cancer, or you've been cured of cancer and it came back. A great friend of mine, Monty Spencer, played as an offensive tackle for Tampa Bay. Monty invited me to the Super Bowl last year, and I couldn't go because I had another commitment, but he invited me to go to the Super Bowl. He had 4 tickets since he's a previous player, and I'd never been to the Super Bowl. It would have been such a thrill. But Monty got word this week that his cancer was back. So if you'll add, some of you, just add Monty Spencer to your prayer list. He lives in Virginia, great friend, big round guy. He's an offensive lineman, so you know he's a good sized guy, but he's got a heart bigger than the rest of his body. I don't know how it's in there because he's got such a big heart for helping other people, and he's done that all his life. And he's fought cancer a lot. He's had throat problems. He speaks with a machine, but add Monty Spencer to your prayer list because he certainly needs a lot of prayer right now. I had several people that have called me and asked me to pray for their wife, their son, their daughter, their brother, their nephew, their niece, and I pray for all of them. So, just whatever you're involved with, whatever situation that comes up in your life, you just turn and you keep your eyes on Jesus every single day. Every single day. Everything that happens, family problems, financial problems, job problems, relationship problems, health problems, life and death problems, keep your eyes on Jesus. Can I tell you, he's got a strength that he'll give you that you just turn around and go, wow. That's the God that I serve. That's the God that I talk about every single day. That's the God that I fall down on my knees and worship and raise my hand in church and praise. You'll keep your eyes on Jesus, irrespective of what happened in 2021, irrespective of what's going to happen in 2022. None of us know. None of us know. For as many of y'all, it's going to be the greatest year you've ever had in your life. A lot of you are going to have beautiful babies. A lot of you are going to start new jobs that are better jobs, a lot more fun, pay more money. A lot of y'all are going to get married this year. A lot of y'all are going to get saved. You're going to start a relationship with Jesus Christ. All kinds of great things going to happen. Some of you are going to catch your personal best, biggest bass. That's right. Whoa, that's me. I'm going to do that too. All kinds of great things. But there's going to be a lot of bumps in the road. Share those victories, share those mountaintop experiences with Jesus Christ. He loves to hear about them. He's the one that created them for you. But when you're in that valley, when you're at the lowest, and your heart feels like it's just about to rip out of your chest, keep your eyes on Jesus. Keep your eyes on Jesus. And when you pray to Him, give your sense a chance to listen back. Don't do all the talking. You start praying, and you start listening. If you're a saved, born-again Christian, God's put His Holy Spirit right inside of you. And He'll speak to you. But you got to shut up for a minute and give Him a chance. One of the big problems I have, I pray to God. I just pray. I need to shut up a lot and let God tell me what He wants to say to me. Guys and girls, we're ending 2021, and we're embarking on a great new year here in one more week. Let's make this last week the best week of 2021. Let's make every day the best day of 2021. Go out there and have you a great one. And remember, I sure do love you.